Welcome back.
2019.
New year, new me.
New year, same me.
Same podcast.
You feeling upbeat about 2019?
On a personal one, yes. Like, just had a lot of bullshit. Just personal bullshit. Nothing drastic. Just lots of stressful boilers breaking down. And although, having said that, the new house I've just bought has a faulty boiler.
Two in a row.
But it's easy, far more easily rectifiable than the previous situation. So let's just move forward, move on with our lives.
Forget the boiler.
Forget my fucking boiler.
Yeah, I'm feeling more positive about some things that I didn't know were annoying me.
Yeah.
Negative
agreed.
about other things. I guess landing firmly in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The same. And we've pretty much wrapped this EP up.
Yeah.
Which is sounding Banger.
Yeah, handing it in at the end of the week.
Yep.
And then
lots of new gigs coming up. Potential new Pendulum stuff.
Yeah.
Which is definitely exciting. Well, I'm excited.
Be working on that straight afterwards. I'm actually going to get Kevin and Perry down and just get into a room and see what the fuck I mean, we've already got some stuff already, but
we've got loads of stuff. We'd
quite like to just get into a room as well and see what we can come up with the other two guys. And we've never really worked like that before, so it should be good.
We don't exactly get Kevin down though. We get him across.
Yeah. There was this whole plan in place to try and sort of relaunch Pendulum with a brand new track sort of last year around the time of Reading Festival. You know, and for all sorts of different reasons, the plan kind of fell through. Wasn't really anyone's fault, but, you know, in retrospect, I'm kind of glad we didn't.
It's hard to commit to bringing something back when it's new material, when we're, you know, us getting up and playing the existing songs that everyone knows and loves is one thing. But like, I guess it's not it's not something we can cobble together sort of quickly.
I think introducing new material live is always a shit idea.
Oh, that's a shit, yeah.
Because people in the crowd, all they want to hear is fucking Watercolor and the tracks they know, basically Blood Sugar and all that.
Yeah, and as close as we can get the live sound to the actual records, it's still what you're going to... So the first time we're going to hear this brand new song is going to be slightly not as good as it is going to be.
I've never been watching a band and thought, I wish they'd just play something new that I didn't know. Like,
exactly.
That'd be great.
What's that? What's that? I think it's in The Simpsons where he's like, play Taking Care of Business now.
Play Classical Gas.
Classical Gas.
Yeah.
So, a lot in the news this week.
Is there? Fucking Brexit, man. Kicking all our asses and depressing everybody.
Yeah. I don't know what the details of it is, but I was just reading earlier that the American government has been shut down for 33 days. I don't know how that works, how they're not governing the fucking biggest, most powerful country in the world, and they haven't been doing for 33 days.
Why'd they shut it down?
Trump did.
Yeah, but why did they?
Something to do with a bill getting stuck. This is, I mean, obviously we're very, coming across very uninformed.
Can't they just turn it off and turn it on again?
Exactly, reboot the government. I'm sure that's someone's wanky slogan. Reboot the government, man. Yeah. There's got to be a t-shirt somewhere.
Probably some Colorado group of...
You know who you are.
To be fair, we probably know them.
Yeah, we probably do. We're probably our friends. But and then I just saw that they were saying the same thing about the British government. They need to shut it down because there's like a stalemate in Parliament about this fucking Brexit bollocks.
It seems like no one in the government fucking believes in it, man. Just shut it down and do the fucking referendum again and then never ask the people anything ever again. Ever again.
As much as we want to like tinfoil hat the whole government system, it was invented to stop giving the power to fucking idiots like us.
Yeah.
Don't give me the fucking power. Don't ask me what to do. You go to college, go to university, learn how to know what to do, and then get elected and do it.
Well, I mean, I didn't vote for Brexit, but I mean, don't ask Dave what to do.
No.
Dave doesn't know.
Dave's an incredible plasterer, but he's not the guy you ask what to do with the country's fucking economics and where it lies in international treaties.
We sound so classist right now.
Are we?
I don't know.
Speaking of classist, I don't know why that's speaking of classist, but it was a good time in Australia. I mean, I had a really good time.
Oh yeah, I forgot we even went. Australia for New Year's.
Ago.
We played at Origin.
That was great. It was good to play in the old home turf. It always is good to play in the home turf. And we went to Rottnest Island.
We did.
And we went and saw a fucking koala. And
which is unusual. We don't really go on many outings or excursions.
No, but we did, and it was great. We
it was good.
Rode bicycles.
I hadn't ridden a bicycle. Ridden or rode?
Ridden's right. Is ridden right? Too many R's.
Ridden? I don't know. I hadn't ridden/rode a bicycle in fucking like 15, 20 even.
And look
years.
how you just fucking smashed it out of the park. You might as well have been part of the BMX Bandits.
Well, it's like riding a bike, isn't it?
Riding a bike's like riding a bike, man.
Yeah. I was surprised at that. I thought that saying was something that, it was going to turn out just to be a saying, and actually you didn't quite pick it up as fast as you thought. But it was...
It's just like riding a bike.
Fucking amazing. I was hooning round.
The wind in your hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Perth was great. I don't know why I got onto the subject of Perth.
You liked it a bit better this time, didn't you?
Yeah. I guess I got to sort of absolve myself of too much... I don't want to say because I'll probably be listening, but just too much family time. Family time's great, but I had Christmas in Mauritius and I had my mum and dad out there, so I got good hang time. So then when I was in Perth, I didn't have to do too much family stuff, and it was kind of like, just let's go to fucking Rottnest, let's go and see a koala. And
I don't know what's depressing about Perth going back there, if it is family stuff, but I got a theory that it's like it reverts you back to your sort of
to your teenage or youthful years, yeah.
When you went independent,
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know who it was. It's someone famous like T.S. Eliot that said that everybody, I think he was referring to artists, but I think it applies to everybody, has a love-hate relationship with the place that they grew up in.
Yeah.
You have nostalgia there, but you also have, this is where I was trapped. Getting a bit deep now. But this is where I was trapped and was so far.
I remember doing a middle finger out the window as the plane took off to come to England for the first time.
Yeah. Although there was definitely moments when we couldn't even afford to eat that I was thinking, oh, we're going to have to go back, aren't we?
Yeah.
No. I think the idea that going back was such a failure.
Such a failure.
Like, and even though our parents would have been like, oh, I'm so glad to have you home, there would have been that glint in their eye that's just like, I knew you couldn't have fucking made it.
Here's an interesting thing. I was watching the new season of Comedians in Cars recently, and the first episode was, I think, Zach Galifianakis. And somehow the subject came up like, every comedian starts off poor because you need that sort of lack of money to sort of drive
you funny,
on.
yeah.
And to sort of force you to work on it. So do you reckon, and they were saying like, do you think we would have been successful if we were already had money? And neither of them did. Like, do you reckon we would have?
No.
Neither.
No. If we didn't go through that period of basically nearly getting evicted every week and not being able to afford to eat, although retrospectively I realised that's probably because we spent too much money on cigarettes, but we're essentially homeless, but not homeless. Like we were povo, man. To coin an Aussie phrase, we were povo. But I think if we didn't go through that, we wouldn't have tried to sort of invent something that was new.
Yeah.
New as in like taking it wasn't necessarily a new thing to take a drum and bass band live, but to do it the way we did was new.
Surprisingly ballsy, now that I look back on it.
Fucking, like, what were we thinking?
I don't know.
Brave. We're brave soldiers, man.
I think probably the fact that drum and bass kind of turned its back on us a tiny bit, and we did the same to it. That kind of helped spur the decision of like, well, fuck, it doesn't matter now. So
let's just, yeah. So I agree. I think that if we'd been little rich, CUNTS, like, we can swear, rich cunts. If we'd been little rich cunts and stayed and especially stayed in Perth, I just don't think we would have been the men we are today.
Perth's a weird place, man. It feels like, in, oh God, what is it, Interstellar? When they go onto the planet and the planet's time moves sort of 4 times faster. That feels like Perth.
Perth is Interstellar.
Like, it just feels like it sucks time away from you, and it's just so far from everything that just, I don't know, you don't get heard of until you come back out again. Heard from, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about it, other than Tame Impala, what has Perth produced in the arts world?
Well, fucking Pendulum, mate.
Yeah, it'll just
and the genius knife party.
Absolute stroke of genius knife party.
And to be fair, Tame Impala probably are
but they probably went and lived in. They probably got signed to a good deal. I'm just going to assume.
I heard he's still living in Perth.
Yeah, but what I mean is like he would have done time in like America or London while writing and stuff like that. I don't think he's just living down at the Blue Duck, having brunch and smashed avocado on toast and then just going back to Poon's Head and writing a few little guitar jangles. I think he probably would have really gone through it. I think we'd find he'd be a good podcast guest. We could Perth off with him.
We could. I was just about to say maybe we should play some music, but now that I've said that, we've actually been thinking a little bit about making this a spoken word podcast only, except for our own music and, the segments and shit like that.
I think that could be good. I mean, why don't we ask the people if they want it? Or maybe we could have like a version with the songs and without the songs.
I mean, the problem with it is it obviously limits where we can put it. We can, we can stick it on Mixcloud or we can stick it on the Apple podcast thing for now. But due to like copyright and shit, we can't actually host it. We can't host it on YouTube. We can't host it on a bunch of other platforms, Instagram or Twitter and all that shit. If they sort of, or even Twitch, I think they have like auto detect algorithms.
Of course, yeah, like the Shazam AI.
So let us know on the Knifecast Twitter if you'd miss the music or whether you just skip through it like all my family members.
and like me, because I've already heard it.
Yeah, me too. Does anyone listen to the fucking music? Let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway, for now we are going to play it. This is Enamor Life Forms on Mousetrap.